Hi students, it's good to see you back again. We are now in week 14 and still with me Miss Mona Lisa Pasaribu, and for this week we are going to discuss the topic of digital divide for the class of English 1 for Diploma 3. So let us check the material for this week. So as you can see in the outline for our video, we are going to have a quick review on the material for this week, last week, and then we will discuss the topic for week 14, which is about digital divide, and we'll do some reading on the topic of digital connectivity dependent on location, and the last one we'll do some practice. So let's check the review first. So in this review, I have a question over here from last week's material. Is esports a real sport? Remember last week I put a question over here about esport because our topic from last week was about esport. So I'm asking you to answer this question. Is esport a real sport? So you can talk about your arguments in a form of oral, assertion, reasoning, evidence, and link back. And for this for this question, you need to post the answer in our discussion forum for week 14. Yeah, so answer this question for the review in discussion forum. Okay, now we come to the topic for this week, which is about digital divide. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to show you this picture about two areas where one is with technology and the other one is without technology. And there is a bridge over here connecting these two places together. Now, how would you interpret this picture on your own? What do you think, or how would you translate these pictures into words? So, what I want you to do, I want you to answer that question in YouTube comment and post it after you finish listening to this video. Or either way, you can actually pause this video and then post your answer in the YouTube comment. Okay, so my question was, how would you interpret this picture to words related to digital divide? And now I'm going to start with the discussion. So there are three questions over here. So what do you know about digital divide? Do you experience any digital divide? And why do you think digital divide happens? So for all of these questions, what I want you to do, I want you to prepare your answer, and then in our practicum session later, we're going to have a discussion over this topic. So now we come to the reading for this week. So as I have mentioned to you in previous videos, when it comes to reading, I want you to do the recording of your own voice and check the words that you don't understand with the meaning or the pronunciation, and consult with dictionary whenever needed. Okay, so record yourself. We are going to check on this text recording in the practicum session later on. So now we talk about the topic of critical thinking. I know some of you may have noticed that this is actually previous week's material, okay, but I want to focus more on this week because I want to have more practice with the students for this particular material. So first of all, let us check the meaning of critical thinking. So critical thinking is the objective analysis of facts to form a judgment. So you are being objective, not being subjective, so that you can produce a judgment which is more objective rather than a subjective analysis. Okay, so that's the definition of a critical thinking. So why do we have to do critical thinking? So critical thinking allows you to make logical and informed decision to the best of your ability. So when you are making a decision, let's say later on you become a leader in one company, and you are the one to make a decision in that company. I reckon in order to be a wise leader, then you need to have plenty of considerations to make a decision. So one of the ways to make a correct or wise decision, I would say, is to have a critical thinking. By considering some objective things, then you can make a judgment, and then after that you can make a decision to the best of your ability. So that is the importance of critical thinking. So how do you practice doing critical thinking? So the first of all, you need to understand the issue. If you don't understand the issue, there is no way you can find out how to solve the problem or how to respond to it. Okay, so you start with understanding the issue, and then use your background knowledge, and then also ask questions. So when you understand the issue, you somehow have the picture of the problem, and then when you are using your background knowledge over here means you use your personal experience, or you can also learn from other people's experience. And then on the last part, always ask question. You are asking, so you're not only accepting the information as it is, but you ask questions. Is this true? Is this correct? Or is this does it fit to this problem, and etc. So that is those are some ways for you to help yourself to think critically. So in order to start helping yourself to think critically, you can start by asking the WH question. So who, for example, who benefits or who bring harm, and then what's the strength or what's the weakness, and then where can you get more information, when is it acceptable or when is it unacceptable, and then why do we have to do it? Is there going to be problem, or is there going to be challenge after we implement this kind of policy, for example? So when you start asking these questions, of course there's one more how over there that you can actually check. When you when you're starting to ask this question, then you actually have started to critically think. So practice asking this question as you listen to an information. Judge it whether it is correct or incorrect based on your personal experience, based on based on the information that you get, and based on the questions that you actually raise upon this information. Now, as the first practice, what I want you to do, I want you to go back again to the reading text that we have on this video. And then after that, after reading it, I want you to underline some important ideas from this reading passage. And then after you did the reading, after you're done with the reading, decide whether you actually agree or disagree with this topic. If you have finished with your answer, I would also want you to write down or inform me the reason why you agree or disagree to this topic. Now we come to the topic of focus group discussion. As the aim for this week also, we are going to have a discussion as a form of critical thinking practice. So FGD, focus group discussion, is one of the methods for gaining more ideas or more information or for brainstorming some problems. So in the focus group discussion, there are the leader and the members of the focus group discussion. So each person has rules, but the two most important rules that I'm going to discuss today will be the leader and the monitor. So let's check the rule one by one. So the leader functions or has the role as someone who will open the discussion. So they will let each member to introduce themselves, and then you open the topic, and then give each person, make sure that everyone has the opportunity to respond to others. No one is dominating, and then after that, at the end of the discussion, you close the discussion. So that is the function or the role of a leader. Now, how about the minuter or the note taker? So the minuter is his job is to note all the important arguments. So all the important arguments doesn't mean that all the words said by all the members, because it's quite unlikely to take notes for all of the words said by the members. So only the important arguments by the member, and then after that you make a conclusion. So what are we actually discussing in the focus group discussion? Obviously there should be a topic, and because you are an IT student, then the topic will be something related to IT. So I'm giving you here 5 IT related topics. Have a look by yourself. I want you to have a look at the resources or Google the information about these IT related topics, because later I'm going to ask you about this in a form of a discussion. Okay, so what happened after you finish with the FGD? I'm going to ask you to do a summary of your presentation. So what is actually a summary? Let us have a look at the definition over here. A summary is a comprehensive and usually brief abstract recapitulation or compendium of previously stated facts or statements. So this is very much related to the discussion that you have later on, that you would actually do later on in the practicum session. So after you finish with your discussion, you're going to prepare a summary. So how to write down a summary? The first and foremost, I reckon you need to write down the main point of or the arguments discussed, and then give the most important facts, and then you also give feedbacks towards the discussion, whether the discussion actually runs well, or is there anything that you need to improve from the discussion at from any point of view. Yeah. So later on, everyone, in the practicum session, just to summarize what we have just discussed for this video, for the practicum session, we are going to have an FGD, focus group discussion, as our practice. And then after you have finished with the discussion, you are going to have a summary writing, and then we're going to practice the summary writing together and see how you are doing with the summary writing. Okay, so the topic about writing a summary presentation would end our video for today. So very quickly we'll have a look at the checklist for this week's material. Assess your progress in this unit. You can practice critical thinking in reading articles related to IT, and then you can do focus group discussion, and you can write and present summary of the discussion. So that will be the checklist for week 14. Now for week 15, what we are going to do. Now for the last week's material, we are going to discuss reflective writing as our topic, and this topic is also going to help you to review all the materials starting from week 1 until week 14. And it is also going to help you to prepare yourself better, hopefully, for the final term exam, for final term exam. Yep, so that would end our our video for today, my video for today. Thank you very much, everyone. This is the source for this week. I hope to see you in the practicum session, and prepare yourself for the FGD for the practicum session. Thank you very much, everyone. I'll see you in the practicum session. Goodbye.